22 and get him a 17, 18-year-old girl, right? Let's say he's 26, 27, got an 18-year-old girl, fresh 18. It's going to be easy for him to mold her into what he wants as a woman. She's going to cater to his needs. That's why they always say when a woman get married that first time, she's always destined for divorce because she really don't even know what she wants because she's only being molded to what that nigga want her to be.
Yep, and then she'll meet another nigga who, yeah.
And then once she get divorced from that nigga and meet another nigga, everything that she thought she had to do with that nigga don't even want. Nah, baby, don't do that with me. Nah, baby, you ain't gotta do that. Nah, you ain't gotta iron my clothes.
Yeah, she happy now, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Then you start feeling like, oh shit.
Damn.
Trust me, I seen it. I know. And why you think I've been able to be with my wife for 26 years? Because I know this type of shit. I've been through this shit. I seen this shit. This is the type of shit you go through, the levels of relationship that you notice. Nigga, I've been with my wife since we were 13, 14, 15. We 41 now. So what do that tell you? We molded each other, right?
Yeah.
So that's why these niggas like the young girls. That Beyonce, she's molded by Jay-Z. He had her when she was 18, 17. She's molded to his liking. To what
right,
he
because that hoe you don't ever see her talk.
And it's automatically gonna be like that. People are not meeting at a time where they are grown and already been through life. You're meeting a woman where she's young and never been through life. So he already knows shit, already been through shit. So you know what I'm saying? He's molding her.
Especially if he got money too, then she gonna follow whatever he says.
Yeah, he
especially
groomed her.
maneuvering through the industry.
Yeah, I hate to say the word grooming because it sounds predatorial.
That's what it is.
But
it is.
You're still grooming your relationship. You're grooming your relationship, and when you get them young, it's easy to groom a woman to be your wife and be a perfect wife because she's going to be more submissive. You will find your woman real submissive and easy to be submissive when she grow with you compared to when you meet her and she's already developed. Put it like that.
Yeah.
A woman that already been through 3 relationships, got 3 different baby daddies, it's going to be hard to get her to be submissive. A woman that you meet at 18, ain't got no kids, she just stepping out in the world.
Yeah, and you don't have no expectations.
Yeah, now you grooming her and she ain't going to college or nothing. Now she has to rely on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no expectations, there's no boundaries because she don't know them yet.
Exactly.
You don't know any better either. Yeah.
Especially when you don't, I'm not even gonna say when you don't have a father. I'm gonna say when you don't have a strong father. Because some of these girls, like we saw with R. Kelly, they had daddies, but their daddies was weak.
Man, they gave their kids.
They didn't have father figures. They had fathers, but they weren't in their lives like that.
Nah, they just weak men. You grow up with your father. These girls were growing up with fathers in the home that loved them, but somehow got convinced that selling their daughter for $20,000 a month made sense.
Exactly.
But you her father though. You didn't took her to basketball games, cheer camp. You didn't took her to daddy-daughter dates, but somehow you still 20,000 made you just, oh yeah, you can have her. What?
Damn.
Kind of sick.
Not everybody's the same like that, yo.
Weak ass man with another weak ass woman.
Man, I'm
happy what they call that? Old folks call that the blind leading the blind.
That's why I said don't be surprised. So when I say don't be surprised if he found not guilty, that's why I say that, because I don't see a defense team resting a case in 2 days if they don't have somebody in that jury or something up their sleeve where if they're not worried about it. Because like 2 days is not enough.
honestly, if he's found not guilty, I I would be concerned.
And if he's found not guilty, what 2 days of of
We need to investigate that.
then guess what I'm gonna tell you? I told you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, I told you, twin. Think about it. A 2-day defense beat a six weeks prosecution case. 2-day defense beat 6 weeks. So basically, think about it in layman's form. You basically telling me a 6 weeks worth of paperwork was trumped by 2 days worth of paperwork.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
That's like you doing that's like you doing a 6-page summary and somebody doing a 2-page summary in college,
Yeah.
and they get an A on a 2-page summary, and you get a D, a F.
Oh yeah, I'm going to the dean. We finna investigate this because I know you lying.
That's what it's. That's the equivalent of this.
And that's why I said, like, even within they've proven, because for you to be considered, for a RICO to be considered, they have to prove that you did drug trafficking, fraud, money laundering, robbery, bribery, extortion, kidnapping. We've proved like 5 out of the 7 of those things. You did traffic drugs, you did commit fraud, you used fake prescription pills to drug other people, like you did bribery, you did extortion, you did all of these things. So for you to say not guilty, yeah, y'all paying something not right.
And look, and that's why if I'm P. Diddy, I'm getting on the trial. I'm getting on the stand. You want to know why? Because I'm getting on the stand and I'm telling them who did all that. I'm telling them who was going to pick up the prescriptions, who was paying for the escorts, who was calling.
You didn't see the drug mule testified.
Exactly. And I'm debunking him.
Yeah.
I'm debunking him. And guess what? Twin, you was on that live. I was the one who told everybody that he was a snitch from the start.
Yeah, you did.
I said he was already working with them. I was the one that told everybody that he got kicked out of Syracuse. That he got drugs in Syracuse. I said that nigga been a snitch. He been working. He didn't just coincidentally want to become a assistant security guard, producer to P. Diddy. Pay attention. He was an industry plant. The feds put him next to P. Diddy.
Nah, yeah. They did a good job.
They did a real good job with that white boy. Why you think they kept him close, quiet the whole time during the whole trial?
Yeah, he did. He went MIA for a while.
The whole trial.
This was our first time seeing him since he got arrested.
They did him just like an informant. They sent him to rehab. You was in too deep. We got to go clean you up before trial. They cleaned him up before trial. He got out of rehab, came straight to trial. Pay attention. They did him like, I remember the movie In Too Deep. Jay Reed, when he was in too deep, they brought him out, put him in rehab.
Hell yeah.
Then when he got out of rehab, he had them dreads. They put him back in the game again. They said, okay, you ready to go back in. Then when he got back around LL Cool J, they said, where you been, God? Where you was at, Jay Reed? We ain't seen you in a minute. We thought you got locked up. Pay attention.
Thanks.
Same shit.
Nah, this shit wild. I wonder even if they do find him guilty, I wonder how many years they finna give him.
I don't even believe he's gonna get found guilty.
You don't think so?
Nope.
They might hit him with a lesser crime, but I don't think they're gonna get him on the RICO.
Bro, they're not fighting. There's no way that I could think he's gonna be found guilty if they're not fighting.
Yeah, because when you get charged with that RICO, that's like automatic 30.
Well, 20, yeah, 20, yeah.
20.
For an individual, it's gonna be 20. If it was multiple, then you're gonna get more than that.
Like, how are you as a defense team not fighting? You're resting your case in 2 days. What fight is you putting up?
Yeah, Diddy's already he's already tripping on being locked up. He ain't doing no 20, no 10.
Something just don't seem right, bro. Something just seems fishy. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, as
man.
I say, the white flag has been thrown. We out of it. We just gonna have to take our L, or B, shit. We've done something in the shadows to kind of puppeteer this into saying not guilty.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. And also notice how this war shit's picking up and it's distracting people from the case too.
No, I don't even think so. I think people are just like, at this point, what are you telling us that we don't already know? Y'all got 5 people back to back, basically all saying the same thing. The nigga kidnapped me, he drugged me. It's kind of like repetitive at this point. Like, okay, we get it. The nigga's a monster. Okay. Like, what else are you gonna tell us that we haven't? You've already, like, let's be real. They've already said some of the most like jaw dropping. Like, I don't, unless you drop more names, like in this to make it even more. I feel like you didn't said the most disgusting, foul things. I'm like, I'm fatigued. I got Diddy fatigue now.
Yeah, but also like don't you think if you were in Diddy's shoes, you'd be flipping on anybody you could to get out of this?
No, not if who I'm flipping on has the ability to catapult me into a whole different level of bullshit. No.
Yeah,
I think about it like this. Let's say, like, this is just my opinion. I believe Jay-Z done the same shit. I believe Jay-Z somehow involved in all this. He knows about. I'm fully aware. I believe that with my whole heart.
Yeah, he got more power though than Diddy.
Exactly. So flip on him. When right now my pockets are frozen. My kids are still out here. I still got 2 daughters and a little 4-year-old. Some shit is like, nah, I'm good.
I mean, flipping on like the plugs or anything like that.
I mean, they don't care. They want the big names. I want the Obamas. Why does Obama's name keep going up? What do you know about Obama? Well, I can't speak on it.
Yeah, because then he gonna be dead and he gonna get
right. I got a 4-year-old out here. I got 2 daughters. My mom, my kids. Some people. It's like shit. That's the same question. Remember me and Cap was asking why y'all didn't tell who y'all got the gun from in the Tory Lanez case? Because we know it's tied to somebody else.
That's bigger. That was supplying it. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's tied to the Rockefeller, like we said. And guess what? And guess what we finding out now? That the Rockefeller is tied to a whole bunch of shit going on with Desiree and her Perez and her daughter.
Yeah, freaky ass.
Nicki Minaj just outed the Rockefeller and said that they responsible for her shit. Meek Mill came out and said they responsible for putting gay rumors out on him.
Bobby Shmurda just did an interview calling them I forgot what he said. Not Rock Nation. He called them Rat Nation or something like that.
Yeah, he said, yeah, he said that they was responsible for the gay rumors on him.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, man, everybody know that shit. A lot of this shit ain't what you think it is.
And that's why I say even then you see Nicki and Wayne teaming up. Where's Drake at? Didn't Drake? He did the same thing to you, but Drake like, nah, I ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna act like I don't know what's going on, even though y'all was beefing for a long time. Drake and Jay-Z been shooting shots back and forth. Niggas don't. There's some niggas that, again, the higher powers that be, cause what's crazy is Nicki been saying this shit was going on. She been brought up this Diddy shit. She been brought up all this. Everybody called her crazy. They said she was on coke. Oh. She's angry. She's bitter. Now we see all this shit and they like, oh, damn. Okay.
So you think he's the fall guy, or you think he's gonna get off?
Who?
Diddy.
No, I really think Diddy going to jail. I don't think he's going to jail for a long, long, long time, but I think he's going to jail.
How long do you think it's gonna take the jury?
If I'm on the jury, I'm already saying guilty. The prosecution, the defense through the whole thing, if you read the transcripts, like I said last time, I was telling Cap, there was a lot of stuff that as an attorney I would have objected to, because I would have called speculation. I would have called hearsay. There's a lot of things that people kept saying, well, I heard, and the defense didn't say nothing. I would have said if you heard, then you can't say for facts that that's what was going on.
Yeah, you
But
getting
it's a
paid
lot of stuff they
millions.
didn't say, and it made me think like, why you didn't say anything?
No objections, no nothing.
Yeah, like, yeah, it was a lot of weird stuff. Yeah, the case is just weird.
That makes the behind the scenes look even worse, though. You know, if the defense feels so comfortable letting that happen,
Yep.
they must have something inside.
Because remember, even go back, the first attorney that Diddy had recused himself because he said there were some things he just could not defend. What were those things that were so bad that you did not feel comfortable defending that you knew about?
That part too. Yep.
The judge didn't even ask. The judge was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we'll let you recuse yourself." When an attorney you paid thousands upon says, "Hey, look, whoa, this is that makes me wonder, like, what the fuck do y'all niggas really know? That's why I said there might be some shit that they don't want to bring up.
Yeah. What was Diddy trying to ask you to do? You felt so uncomfortable.
Exactly. That you had to publicly write a whole letter to the judge, like 3-4 page letter.
Well, you've seen the pictures that they released, right? Right?
Of what?
From Diddy's house.
The baby oil and all that?
Like the cases, the baby oil, the cases, the astrogelide, the nigga had a closet, and you know how you got the things you put on the door for your shoes.
Yeah.
He had them all filled with dildos. He had like 100
Oh
dildos.
hell no.
Nah, I didn't
This
see that.
nigga freaky ass,
Bro,
bro.
the nigga had like 100 masks. He had like masks on like mannequins, all different type of
Ugh.
masks, like different masks that you put on,
Put the
like
pictures
like
up, Cap. You
leather
got the
masks.
pictures. Put the
But see,
pictures
okay,
up.
but then Cap, then my question is this. This is the house that your kids live in. That makes me really think that your kids did know what's going on. Ain't no way you got all of this in your house. Your kids roam freely around the house. Cap, you got kids. Your kids go in your room all the time.
Yeah, but he might not allow kids in his room.
No,
Especially when
but
they're
Cap,
younger
you
too.
know
Yeah,
when
they
you're
be
not
doing
home.
funky
Because
shit.
remember, you touring, you're going out, your kids are
But
home by
he locked
themselves.
his door. He got locks in his door.
Oh yeah, he did have locks on all the doors.
You
That's
think
crazy.
so? I don't know. Because I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie to you.
both
Yeah.
the
My
inside
mom
and the
stayed
outside.
telling me, keep your ass out my room. Don't be touching my shit. I still
On
used
my
to go
door, yeah, I'll be in
go in her
there.
shit.
But you gotta
Looking through the
remember,
doors, trying to find blessings.
Diddy also had 24 around the clock, 24-hour surveillance in his house with security that with a surveillance room. So he had security watching his kids in the house. They couldn't just go in his room.
Mm.
Security, if they even try to go in his room, security is right there.
Mm.
What you doing?
Yeah, you know your daddy told you don't come over here.
And it's locked up. But he also had a sex dungeon. He in the
But
basement.
and that's what I'm
That's
saying. Like,
crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, Cap, like DG Cap. Come on, y'all got kids. You don't think that that's just like violating? Like, I don't even want to use the word. I don't even know the word to describe it. But you don't think that that's like your kids living here and you gonna make a sex dungeon in your house, even though your kids don't have access. The fact that you have a dungeon in your house, that your children are in this house, like, just respect. Like, you couldn't go
That's
get
how
another house
comfortable
and do
he
all that
felt.
shit in. You gonna do that in the
Yeah,
house
you
your
got
kids is in?
all the money you could have bought another house for that.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. You got that's so yeah. That's just
But
so
he's been
disrespectful.
going through that even when he was a kid. He's seen it too. So it seems normal to him. I think it seems normal to him.
That's yeah. That's
And
some.
he
I
should be.
don't.
I'll be going for some like mental fucking get off on some mental shit.
Mm.
They're making you look like you this crazy weirdo. Then run with that if you're trying to get off.
I mean, if I'm Diddy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna get on the stand and I'm going to just plead. I'm gonna play the because remember he's only being charged for the RICO
Mm.
assault, harassment, rape,
No, he's not
thief.
just being charged for a RICO.
Well, I mean that's the main one. I mean the sex trafficking
Well,
and
the trafficking is the
what was
main.
it? The third one,
He being charged for sex trafficking. He
RICO,
being
and then
he He being charged with the RICO.
Yeah, sex trafficking, racketeering.
And racketeering. Yeah. Racketeering. That was the third one. If I'm charged with those, I can openly admit that I just beat bitches. I didn't traffic them, but I am a monster. I do beat hoes. That's how I would have played it. Yeah, I beat the shit out that bitch. I didn't traffic her, but yeah, I did beat the shit out that hoe. Yeah, that was me.
That's why he need to get on the stand.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let nobody tell my case but me.
Facts.
You think I'm gonna let the prosecution paint a picture of me for 6 weeks and I don't get on the stand and debunk everything you talking about?
It was him throwing up the heart sign to Cassie for me. Like, nigga, you're a weirdo. Like, why? Why are you doing that?
Cassie?
Yeah, they have a picture. You know, the artist, the person that does he has a picture where he put his two hands together making a little heart at Cassie when she got on the stand. Damn. Now, to me, like, why would you do that?
Yeah, rubbing it in
hell no. You for real? I didn't see that.
I'm for hold on, let me let me see if it's go on Instagram. I've been looking at all the art.
They said there was people in the courtroom too holding up the rock sign, and then Diddy just put his hand on his chest like his fist, like saying thank you, and they were holding up the rock.
Man, they need to have a Rico on Rock Nation and put me on the jury. Oh God, I'm guilty first day. Opening statements, guilty.
This shit crazy.
Opening statements, guilty.
I'm already opening statements, guilty.
They're gonna be asking you all types of questions. If you biased, you gonna just play it.
I'll be like, no. I'll be like, I've never. I don't even listen to Jay-Z. Like,
you ever been a juror, twin?
No, I wish though.
They try to make me go, but I just I got some shit in the mail, but I just say I'm sick or something, and they just never call me back.
If I'm gonna be a jury, y'all gotta give me a good case. I don't want no bullshit drug case. Yeah, give me a good one.
So the other thing, me and Cap was talking about, one of the jurors comes all the way from Jersey to that trial just to be a juror every day.
That's the one that got kicked off the jury.
Oh, that was a New Jersey cat?
Why they kick him off?
They said he was tainted or whatever, corrupted.
Kev, I just sent it to your Instagram.
Yeah, this supposed to be an all New York jury. You ain't supposed to be living in.
That's why he was ineligible, because he's from Jersey, not
New York. He was trying to make it seem like he
said he was from the Bronx, but they found out he'd been living in New Jersey, I guess.
Exactly.
Lying ass.
Yep.
That shit wild.
The fuck is this?
They said Diddy lost over 1 million Instagram followers during this trial.
Oh, they say he did it towards his family, though.
Was it towards his family?
Yeah, read the fine print.
Hey, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not looking at the jury.
He turned around towards his family and made a hand gesture towards his family during the trial. During the trial, as Cassie Ventura gave emotional testimony. But you mean, that's when she was giving that damaging testimony. He turned around. He had to turn around and do something to his kids, because they probably was looking at the nigga like
yeah. Oh, and that's when.
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie to you. A heart wouldn't have made me feel no better. Like, Dad, I need you to shake your head. Like, no, I need you to do something else.
Tell him it's a lie.
Hey, I be looking at that nigga like he crazy. He turned around and gave me a heart signal. What?
Like a heart, like, nah, nigga, you need to turn around. I need you to put you do the cut. Like, nah, I would have been turning around. Hey, nah, they lying.
He was like, nah, that ain't true. Don't pay that no mind.
I would have gave him that look like, man, come on, I'm y'all daddy. Come on, y'all know, I ain't did that shit. Not a heart though.
I would have turned around smirking like, what the fuck?
Hey,
because if I'm them and he give me a heart, I'm thinking he's saying like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's crazy.
I fucked up. My bad.
That's probably the day they walked out. Remember that day they walked out?
Yeah, I would have walked out too. I'm out.
Yeah, that's the one when his daughters walked out, right?
Mm-hmm. I said it's probably that same day.
Yep.
That's crazy. Hell no. We ain't doing that.
Nah, yeah, you're not putting up no heart to me. You'd be putting up a heart to your lawyer. Shit.
Like, we already seen that sex dungeon, Dad. The heart ain't gonna save you.
That's what bro. That's why I said I feel bad for the kids. Cause think about this, like they got friends. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If that was my home girl, I would have been like, damn, bitch, we been at your house all the time. Your daddy had a sex dungeon. That's crazy.
That one time when he brought us juice and we all got tired.
Yeah, we got. Bitch, you remember by the pool they brought us that drink and I was sleepy. Your daddy drugged me. Yeah, I would have milked it. I ain't gonna lie, I would have milked it.
Hey, that's where Q from day 26 woke up at in that dungeon.
Oh yeah, they were talking about him too. He's from that Making the Band shit, huh?
Remember he said in his story, he said he took a pill and he was upstairs by the pool. He said when he woke up, he was in the basement.
Hey, Diddy invented pressing pills with fake shit?
Shit, man, I doubt that. Diddy don't even buy his own drugs.
That boy had the pink coke. That's crazy.
Everybody in Miami got the pink coke.
I mean, yeah, but you could change it. There's an original coke like way back in the day called Peruvian Pink, and that shit was hella big. It's supposed to be like the purest.
This nigga got to do time, cause this is just you got to go to jail. I'm sorry. You're a menace. You're literally a sexual deviant. Like you.
His lawyer compared them to Hugh Hefner. He said he ain't do nothing that Hugh Hefner ain't do.
Well, we all know that Hugh Hefner was a deviant his damn self. He's just white.
He had fucking tunnels under his house and shit that led to different actors. Yup. I bet you Diddy does too.
Well,
none of us ever thought Hugh Hefner was innocent. We just couldn't prove it. You know, like we knew, but we just didn't know.
He was a pervert, but they didn't know the extent how far he went.
Yeah, how far it was. It wasn't we couldn't prove it like with text records, testimony, but we knew we knew them girls was young.
Yeah, same with Diddy though. Like with the Meek Mill shit, everybody knew Diddy was on some fruit cup shit ever since 50 aired him out. Everybody was airing him out, but nobody thought it was this bad until he got charged.
I mean, even in with Epstein, like you got we all know, we know what kids look like. I don't care how developed a child is. You can look in the face of a child, not their body. You can look at a face and tell, this could be somebody younger. And you telling me you hanging out with Epstein, he got girls walking around handing you drinks, and none of you thought, man, this girl kind of looks too young to be serving a drink.
None of you could tell she 14 and shit.
Exactly. That's why I said they knew, but it's like we can't prove it, but we know.
And I feel bad for his kids though, because they're gonna grow up. They grew up like that, just like how he did. Now they're gonna be traumatized and going through that same shit.
I mean, I think his sons is doing the same shit. Yeah, as me.
Probably. That's why they're helping him, and that's why he's asking them for help.
His sons did it. I don't care what his sons is freaks too.
Somebody got paid. Somebody on that jury is getting paid.
But that's why I say you better make sure that you protect your daughter, even whether you enter jail or out of jail, because karma's a bitch. What you did to all those women, you got 2 daughters, and they want to be models.